Welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. We're going to have another look at these contracts here. Episode 2 we're at now. Thank you for joining me. These are tricky to do. You got to go fly to an area, be above 18,400 meters when you enter that area, then do an observation. The money's not tremendous either. I think we can get by without doing that. Measuring temperatures, again, 18,200 at a particular area. Money is not amazing for how difficult these are. Focus temperature survey, conduct a focus temperature survey, temperature survey. Right, haul the Mark II radial parachute into flight above Kerbin. Now these again can be difficult, so this has just got to be hauled. You don't do any tests or anything. But you've got to be between 2,000 and 10,000 meters altitude, above 20 meters per second and below 130 meters per second. That sounds quite doable. Just trying to think what speeds we'll be going at that point. Come back to that one. Swivel liquid fuel engine at launch site. Test it. That one's free. We're grabbing that one. That takes us up to our maximum. But that's easy. We're just gonna do that. And engines, swivel, put that there. Change the crew, Valentina. Bob, you're the last one to do anything. You're not going to lead the launch pad, I'm afraid. Here we go. So, to complete this test, we need to right click on there and click Run Test. That has just earned us the... Let me get that out of the way. Going. Oh. That has just earned us 4,375 plus 1 science and plus 1 prestige. Easy. Mystery goo. We can do another mystery goo. That's another 0.2 science, and that should be it. Done. They're not going to ask for mystery goo ever again. Everything else is all complete. Can't do anything else. Let's recover that vessel. 19. We're 1 away from being able to, well, less than 1, to be able to get that other. One. Keep forgetting to take that out. Gosh. And oh, Bob didn't earn any XP. Has he got to do an EVA? Has he? It's interesting. Still got. Let's check. We still got Bob. Bob. Just to gain Bob, I think it's you got to do an EVA. There we go. Jump down. Grab board. Recover. Oh, click through too quickly. Sorry, Bob. Crew. Yeah, Bob's now got his experience. Okay, right. What is next? Contracts. Contract. Right, so observation, temperature, hauling that. Test the solid fuel booster orbiting cover. It means you've got to get that into orbit. I don't often take the solid rocket boosters into orbit. I have to get off the launch pad, so I'm not doing that one. Test the hammer, which is another solid fuel booster on a suborbital trajectory over Kerbin. Suborbital means you need to get into space, and in fact it wants to be 250,000 to 260,000. That's really, really high. I don't think we're going to bother with that one. Orbit Kerbin. I don't think we're quite ready to orbit Kerbin just yet. Well, we could do it, but I don't think that's one step we don't need to do just yet. That will expire in 5 days. I think we'll be ready for it in 5 days. But this one, I think we could do that one. Just got to haul these up. Under 130 meters per second. above 2,000. We'll take that one. And we're going to take that. And I think if we just do that. Again, we will thrust down. Actually, let's do it properly. We never find the decoupler. Decoupler. Have I got a heat shield? I'm not going to need a heat shield, but I like to carry them anyway. So that's our ship with scientific data, of which we've got a lot more we can take now. Alt. Oh, we don't need that many. There we go, we've got 3 of those now. I'm going to take one of these computers. You can just slap them on anywhere. They're not physics enabled, I don't think, anyway. Radial mount parachutes. This is the one to complete our contract. If we press the E, not E, if we press the D, yes, we can rotate them. We'll put them there, and we're going to put 2 of them on. Pressing the X again to do that. Now, it should tell us if it's blocked, I think. No control, empty crew, empty crew coming, yeah. We're going to go with a pilot, so I've got some SAS control. Obviously, a pilot will give you SAS control, a scientist or an engineer will not. Electrical charge required but not generated, cannot transmit science, and unused monopropellant. Get rid of the monopropellant. Cannot transmit science and electrical charge required but not generated. That's fine. That is just fine. We're not going to worry about a battery. Are we going to worry about a battery? We're not going to worry about a battery. We're not going to go very high. Well, definitely not. We ain't got exactly got the fuel tanks. There we go. That's something like that. There you go. How's that look? Plus the weight is massive. Too many. Let's do something like that. Maybe if we did just a little bit more. Plus the weight's good. Thrust weight is absolutely fine. Delta V is going up slowly. Let's just zoom out a bit. What does it look like? Let's leave it as that. Now we got these guys here. Let's do another 3 of these. Loads of parachutes. So we're just going to go up on a liquid fuel. Got enough of that. Whether that will get us to suborbital, I'm not entirely sure. I don't know what else. I think we're good. Come on, Jeb. Let's just go for fun. Let's see where we get. Right, press the shift key, throttle all the way to the top. Press the T key for SAS. As you can see, they got 2,200 delta V. We're pretty much going to go straight up, I think. We can do atmospheric pressure scan right now, so we'll grab that. And in 3, 2, 1, blast off. We can do another atmospheric pressure scan. Now we need to make sure we don't go too far. So if we go above 130 before we hit 2,000, we're in trouble. Done. That's that one done. So throttle up. . Nice one. That tells us that. Completed that. That's 16,000 credits. Very nice indeed. Looking at our fuel. Plenty of fuel still. Halfway nearly. Electrical charge looking good. We're just going to roll over a little bit just to get away from the... In fact, let's just go north. That's south, isn't it? Right, north. Wasted a bit of delta V there, haven't I? North. Just to see where we'll land on a different biome. Hopefully not too mountainous. Oh, we can do a crew report, temperature scan, atmospheric scan, and a mystery goo. Save all that science. Oh, cut the engine, cut the engine. Wow, see, look, we're going to 160. We don't go that high. We ain't got much fuel remaining, but we are going to use all we have to go. Not that high, please. There we go. And if we decouple slightly of an angle. And we're in space. Temperature scan. Mystery goo. We can't do a crew report. Why can we not do it? An atmospheric scan. Have we used up all of our atmospheric scan? View data. Review data. That's fine. That's fine. We'll get the rest of those. Actually, if we click there, we can increase our staging, and let's put those guys first. Are we still going up? Yep, we're still going up. Can't do an EVA. It doesn't allow it because we haven't done the paid for that. Let's have a quick look at the world first. So all the speed records and height records have now been achieved, and we've reached space. All money, all the time. Escape the atmosphere. Done that. 32,000. Thank you very much. And that was the contract. Escape the atmosphere. Loads of money. Up we go. Still going up. Right, now it's time to show you a bit of time warp. Oh. We are... Yep, we're just over another biome now. I think I've maxed out all of my science equipment, so... using the full stop and comma, or the greater than or less than arrows, we can go in the time warp mode. That's one click of time warp. We've gone up one, you see. It does automatically take you back out. We're just about to hit our apoapsis. If I press the M key, I can just close that one down so it doesn't keep taking us out. We are now hitting our apoapsis. This is where we come from, and that's where we're going to end up roughly. A bit of atmospheric stuff will change that. You click that and you can see where you are. We're starting to turn around now, to come back down again. If you can see our fully laden craft full of lots of lovely experiments, which I really hope don't burn up. We've got a heat shield, but there's nothing to say that's going to work. Electrical charge, we've still got plenty. What's that say? Milestone, we've broken more land distance records. I thought we'd have had those already. Now, because we're heading down now, see that's our retrograde marker. It's the circle with the cross in it. Just going to hit the T key when we hit there. That should stabilize ourselves about that point there. Just going to keep that open. I want to keep an eye on electrical charge. I don't want to use all of that up. If we keep ourselves orientated right on there, that which is the direction of travel in the reverse. So that's the front of our craft there. We're heading in the down way. So retrograde is we're putting our back of our craft towards the direction of travel, going backwards in other words. Then that means the heat shield will take the heat before the craft does. Speed is building, because we've actually gone quite high. A little bit higher than I wanted to. So hopefully this heat shield will catch us. When we're coming in, we're going to hit the heat. This is flight Kerbal Engineer. Hit that heat, and this is the thing we're looking for: critical thermal percentage. It tells us what it is, and tells us how near it is to exploding. I am concerned for first of all these radial parachutes because they're not protected very well by the heat shield, and we will be coming in quite quickly. Already 1,000. We're not hitting any atmosphere yet. We will be very soon, and we are going to start heating up at 1,000 meters per second. And I'm hoping that heat shield will catch us and catch all the heat. Heat is building. See, the percentage is increasing. We're heading down very quickly. I am hoping this will catch us before we splat Jebediah on the ground. He's bringing loads of signs back with us. It would be awful if he was to waste it all on the ground. The terrain is quite shallow. We're about the same as sea level. Already we are showing some pretty fast thermal. It's good, we're slowing, we're under 900. If you go too high and too fast and then too directly straight down, then you could be in trouble. We're at 10,000, that air is cushioning us. That's great, that is now means these have gone back to a colour that means we can open them without any hassle. We're going to get a little bit lower, lose a little bit more speed. Still can't do any of these because I could do temperature scans and crew reports and such like. We're going to now let off our radial shoots, and that will slow us down. We're now doing 170 meters per second. Still too much to land, but they are coming down 3,000 meters up, so we're doing fine. And we'll turn the other parachutes, our third parachute. We're going to turn off our if we turned off our it should find a equilibrium where it's happy. With all these chutes here, these ones low down might want it to tip over because that's our center of gravity, but this one should be holding us up there. Would be great if we could be doing some more of these. We can't do an EVA because we're not on the ground, and that's the only time they will allow us at this stage to do an EVA. Got to spend some money, but yeah, first time in space. Parachutes out, going down to land, 4 meters per second. We're going to use a bit of time warp to speed things up. Now, in the good old days, if you time warped when you landed, you died. It's not the case anymore, I think. But you always know the old Kerbal Space Program players, because they come out of time warp just before they land every time. We are now 300 meters from land, because this is the actual from terrain and this is from sea level, so the terrain is a little bit higher than sea level as we are in the highlands. So 50 meters up, and we'll just go back to normal speed, 4 meters per second. Nice gentle landing. Perfect, perfect. If I now EVA Jebediah, thank you very much. Down the ladder you come. Get me an EVA report while you're there. Take all the data, store all the data. Just come around here. Now you're not a scientist, so you can't reset the mystery goos, but you can take the data from these ones. And you can wander back round again. Climb and board. And as you can see, we can do another crew report from here. We can do another temperature scan. from here, and we're going to do another atmospheric scan again from here. Mystery goo again we can't, because Jebediah can't reset these ones because he's not a scientist. He doesn't know what order to put them all into. Oh, we've got another world's first. What do we do this time? We have returned home to the surface from space. That's everything we can do now. So we will recover that vessel, and we will see how we got on. 79.4 science recovered. That gives us a total of 115. That's certainly enough for the parts that we were looking for. All this stuff came back. We weren't that far from the KSP, 68 kilometers, certainly further than we have been before. That's a 94.8% value return. That's the full value minus the transportation, postage and packaging to get everything back. Money-wise, we're up to now 289,000 funds, and as I said, 115 science, and we're well in the green of the prestige. Crew, Jebediah didn't get any more XP, so going to space and landing doesn't give you any more XP than doing EVA from the launch pad. Go figure that one out. I mean, I could do the EVA from the launch pad, but I'm not sure I would be able to do the whole go to space thing. Don't know. Anyway, I think that's the wrong way around for me, but never mind. I've got to do an orbit now before we can increase that any further. Have a look at the contracts. We've got no contracts now available. Atmospheric surveys, observations, temperature, orbiting Kerbin of a solid rocket booster. Test the heat shield in flight. Now, what is the flight parameters? Needs to be 41,000 to 51,000, traveling at 1,780 meters per second to 2,190. I think that's in a parameter that we probably would be able to do, but we'd have to click on it and click run test. Not bad money actually, not bad. 30,000. I'll come back to you. Solid fuel booster on a suborbital trajectory. Nope. Radial decoupler on a suborbital trajectory. Again, it's the flight parameters you need to look at. Suborbital is 150 to 160 which is pretty high. I don't think I'm that keen on any of those. But this one I am keen on. Orbit Kerbin. Fly a vessel. And get into orbit. 48,000 on completion. We're going to take that one. Still could take one more. The heat shield is the one I'm thinking of. I don't think we need it. I think with the money we've got, we don't need to take the risk of losing that, because I wouldn't want to not be at the right altitude and speed. I wouldn't want to be, by the time we hit 41,000, be above 2,000 meters per second. I don't think we would be. And we've got to remember to run test. Right, in the next episode we are going to spend some of this lovely science. Well, straight away I think I'm going to spend it by getting this one, because I want the solid rocket booster and I want the fuel tank, and that completes that row there. Next one would be this engine here, which we've got enough for, and this fuel tank. That's almost requirement for orbit. What else you get here? You get struts, Rockomax stuff. Nah. Better aerodynamics. Inline reaction wheel. They're pretty good. We haven't got enough. Or have we? We have got enough for both of those. But then you go and have this one where you have the the Science Junior, which starts really bringing in the science, and the battery, which is that's pretty much a given as well. I think that's more important than. Right, we're gonna go with this one because I want the fuel tank and the engine. We're gonna go with this one because I want the Science Junior and the battery. I don't think we've got any batteries. But I would love to have this one for the better winglets and the reaction wheels. But we're going to have to see what we can do without them. Thanks very much indeed for watching. Next episode, we're going to try to make orbit. We should do with the tech that we've got. Our third launch should get us into orbit. Should do. We may not. We may struggle because I'm a little bit rusty, a little bit rubbish at this game still. So, but hopefully we'll make it. Thank you very much indeed for watching. Do hit a like if you've enjoyed it. Do send me a comment, even if it's only just to say hello. It's really great to hear from people. And if there's any tips that you can give me, or want to give me, or advice, or areas that you'd like me to aim for during this playthrough, whether it's build a space station or try and get to Juna or whatever else, then that would be really, really cool. Let me know. Thanks very much indeed for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.